Hello, how are you today? I believe you're having a nice time. I'm using this opportunity to introduce you to a wonderful topic in chess called check. Okay, a wonderful topic called check. Okay, what is a check? A check is when the king is under attack, and the king can defend itself by performing any of these three options. 1. Take. 2. Interpose. And 3. Move. So a check is when the king is under attack and it can perform any of these three options. That's the only way it can defend itself. It's performing all those three options, and once it can do that, it is a check. So let's look at the chessboard as fast as possible and see what we can bring out of this. So a quick one. Now let's have a king somewhere here, and let's have a queen back on beside it, and let's have another black king somewhere here. Now here we see that this black queen is actually attacking this king. Now the question again, remember what the question says? The question is, can you capture? This is take means take is more like you're asking yourself, can you capture? So there's the first thing, can the king, let me just say, can the king capture? Can the king capture? Now here the truth of the matter is nothing is protecting this queen. If you look at it, yes, nothing. The king is too far, so he's not protecting the queen, so definitely this king can actually capture the queen. Then easy peasy. Now just because the king can capture the queen, then that position, this position, is a check. It's a check because the king can actually capture. That's just it. Okay. And number 2, there are situations where your king cannot directly capture. For example, let's have this kind of scenario. Let's put the queen somewhere here. Let's put this king here, this black king here. And if you look at this situation, you will see that the king cannot capture. This queen is just not possible. You can jump to 3 squares, 1, 2, 3, and get to the queen. It's not just possible. So you can't. But this time around, do you have something else that can help you capture the queen? Of course, we have the bishop. The bishop can capture the queen, and because of that, this is a check. Why? Because the bishop can capture. So whenever your king is under attack and you can capture, then it is a check. You can either capture with the king or you can capture with any other piece on the chessboard. It's a check. What if we have a situation where we can't actually capture with any of the chess pieces? For example, in this situation right now, the queen is attacking the king, and the king also can't capture the queen. Nothing can capture. Now the second option is, can we block? What does that mean? It means, can something come in between the queen and the king? Can something just land somewhere here to shield the king? I mean the king from the queen. Yes, right now we have this wonderful looking bishop. What the bishop needs to do is just come to g8, and from there the bishop is actually protecting the king. That's interpose, blocking. It's blocking. The queen can no longer see the king just because of this interesting bishop at the moment. So that is blocking, interpose. So because we can interpose, this is also a check. It's simple. We can interpose, it's a check. What if we can't interpose? Let's have this position. Okay, interpose means block. Okay, sorry about that. Interpose means block. Interpose means block, or let me just say interpose means can something block? Can a piece block the king from the attack? Because a block or shield the king from the attack. Okay, that's that about that. So what if we have a situation whereby we can't actually block with any of our pieces? Let me just put something, maybe bishop somewhere here. Now, if you look at this position right now, you will realize here that actually the king is still under attack. And now we cannot capture It's not possible. The second option is blocking, interpose, and the bishop that can do the job is also not there. It can't reach any of the squares, or the f8 and the g8 square. Not possible. So the third option we are having would be to what? To move. That is to run away to a safe square. The question is now is can the king move to a safe square? That's it. That's the last question. That's this. Oh, sorry. These questions are begging for real answers. So can the king move to a safe square? Where is the safest square for the king to go to? And we look at it. The king can come to. It's not possible. It can come to g8. It can come to g7 just because of this wicked-looking king and this queen. But the king can actually come to h7 and be safe. So once the king runs to h7, bam, the king is so safe from the queen's attack. So that means this is a check because the king can move away. Once your king is under attack, again, look at it again. Once the king can move, once the king is under attack and you can capture, it's a check. If you can block or interpose, it's a check. And if your king can run away, move to a safe square, it is also a check. So if you can perform either of these three options, it's a check. Okay. Sometimes you can you have the option of even performing two. You know, you can make two options. For example, let me give you a perfect example of where two options are going to suffice on the chessboard. Quickly, let me put a black queen somewhere here. We have the a white queen this time around. Let's have a black king here, and we have a knight somewhere here, and we have a white king somewhere. You know, let's just put a white king somewhere here. Okay, cool. This is better. Now, look, if you look at this position, it is actually black's turn to play. If you look at this position, you will see that the queen is attacking the king. And now, what can we do? You can just pause it. What can we do? Can we take? Can we block? Can we move? What and what? I think there are two things that we can achieve there. Tell me. Pause the screen or pause the video and just tell us. Okay, right about time. If you see that the king can capture the queen, that's just not possible. The king cannot capture, so we cannot capture. Now, do we have something else that can help us capture? Yes, the knight. 0, 1, 2 turn. And now the knight can actually take the queen. So because the knight can take the queen, now this is a check. Wonderful, right? Brilliant. But what if, let's check the other one. Can we block and something block? Well, nothing can block. So we can't block. We can capture, but we can't block. And what's the last option? Can we move? Can we run away to a safe square? Yes, we have two squares to run to. In fact, we can run to h7 or we can come to g7. So the king can decide to move to either of these two squares. Good. So we have two options available for us. We can either capture or we can run away. So now the question now is, which of these will you prefer? What decision will you make? Will you prefer to run away with your king, or you will prefer to capture the queen? Yes, the best move here will be to capture the queen. So anyways, both, it's a check. The point is you can capture the queen, and that's it. That's everything you need to know about check. A check is when your king is under attack and you can capture, or if the king cannot capture, you have something else that can help you capture. Or number two, you can actually block, interpose. And if you cannot block, you have the third option to run away. And if you cannot move away, if you can't perform these three options, I'm going to tell you what it is when we say. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.